Gotta speak in the mic.
Okay.
Test. You see those? Oh yeah, those are mine. Those are where on your table.
Yeah.
Okay. We on YouTube, Facebook.
Nah.
We usually just go to YouTube, right? Hey, Shalom, YAHANNA. Kodashi Allah Natazak. Type in the chat. Everybody else on. All right, clap it up. Let's get it. Give me a louder clap than that, man. Come on. Yeah. All right, man. Thursday scripture breakdown. Priest of Captain Gadolhar. We're gonna go over a few things, especially all these fires. You know what I'm saying? Fires burning up Southern California, all through LA. Before we get into anything, any questions? Any questions? We're gonna answer some questions for y'all. All right. Go ahead. What's your question?
My question is about the tribe of Dan.
Is the mic on?
Come on, this one is.
Hey, can they hear can the people online hear him when he asks a question?
He has the mic.
No, I'm saying, can they hear him though? All right, bet. Tribe of Dan. Let's go. What's your question on Tribe of Dan?
Who are they, and like how would they be like accounted for?
Okay, no sweat. The Tribe of Dan. Tribe of Dan. 1 second.
So, like, if I may, Judges 18.
Okay, pull it. Pull it.
The book of Judges, chapter 18, verse 1. In those days, there was no king in Israel. And in those days, the tribe of the Danites sought them an inheritance to dwell in. For unto that day, all their inheritance had not fallen unto them among the tribes of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Verse 2. And the children of Dan sent of their family 5 men, from their coast, men of valor, from Zorah and from Eshtaol.
Give me the Bible dictionary. You got the Bible dictionary? Who got the Zondervan's Bible dictionary? The big one. You got the big one? Okay, solid. Give me page 196. Right? And then give me Ezekiel 48:1. And then I'm sorry. Yeah, Ezekiel 48:1. Let me hear Ezekiel 48:1. That might not be it. That might not be together. Let me hear that.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 48, verse 1. Now these are the names of the tribes from the north end to the coast of the way of Hethlon.
Go ahead.
As one goeth to Hamath, Hazar Renan, the border of Damascus northward to the coast of Hamath. For these are his sides east and west, a portion for Dan.
A portion of what?
For a portion, a portion for Dan.
Right, but Dan was just like any other tribe that was with us. He was went into the Assyrian captivity, and he did not come out the Assyrian captivity proverbially. What I mean by that is they didn't have enough sons in their tribe to keep going. You understand?
Come on.
Give me that precept that one where it says as an adder he shall. You know what I'm talking about? You got it? Can you read it for me?
Okay. Genesis chapter 49, verse 17.
Go ahead. You need the mic.
Genesis 49:17. Dan shall be a serpent by the way.
He shall be a what?
Serpent by the way.
Right, a serpent. What do you mean with a serpent by the way? What does that mean? What does that mean? To be a serpent, to be low, right? To be low. Go ahead.
An adder in the path that biteth the horse heels, so that his rider shall fall backward.
Kind of like you not gonna see Dan. You get what I'm saying? You're not gonna see Dan, but he is in the tribes. You get what I'm saying? He's with us. No one can say they're a Danite today, though. You know what I mean? They would be Manassites, Cubans, something like that. Those are mixed in with them, right? That's what you'll see. You know what I'm saying? But the Danites just lost their inheritance. That's why you don't see them today. All right. And that precept's a good one because they came in, they basically went into the Assyrian captivity and they are here today. You just don't know who they are. Right. You understand? Who was the most famous Danite? Was it Samson a Danite? Samson was a Danite. You know what I mean? Yeah, so he's part of, what is that, the northern tribes? There's another northern tribe. It would be the northern tribes, right? The northern tribes, right? So that's all that is. But he's our brother for sure. All right, good to go. You want to hear when we break down your precept? Let me break down your precept.
Come on,
let me hear it again.
The book of Judges, chapter 18, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
In those days there was no king in Israel, and in those days the tribe of the Danites sought them an inheritance to dwell in.
Right.
For unto that day all their inheritance had not fallen unto them among the tribes of Israel.
Right. Until that day, what?
Come on. For unto that day all their inheritance had not fallen unto them among the tribes of Israel.
Their inheritance did not fall onto them, right?
Come on.
That's what it says. Their inheritance did not fall onto them, meaning they didn't get an inheritance like the other tribes did. Other tribes were big.
Right.
You understand? We got page 196. Page 196. To go to the last paragraph, all right?
This is the paragraph.
Go ahead.
This is the Zandervan's
pictorial dictionary.
Pictorial dictionary. Page 196.
Go ahead.
The heritage of Dan, though small, was productive and with acquisition.
You said that right. Acquisition. Go ahead.
Of extra lands provided for growth. Aholab and Samson were Danites. Jeroboam, Solomon's servant, set up a golden calf in Dan and put high places throughout Israel. Menahem stayed poor by bribery, but eventually Pool returned, overran Israel, and took many Danites into captivity.
Took many Danites where?
Into captivity.
Go ahead.
Little is known of the tribe from that time.
After that is when you don't know the tribe of Dan anymore. You know what I'm saying? You can't go to them because over time they just became the other tribes, in essence. You understand? Any more?
Law.
That's good to go. All right. So you good? You good on that? You can get Psalms 91 and 10 too. This is another one for them. If y'all have any questions on the chat, just type them in on the chat. I'll get to them. All right. You got it, Kev? Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 10. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
Oh, stop right there. That's unrelated, but I'm gonna use that later. All right. Solid. All right, good to go. Any other questions? No other questions? Good to go? Let me see anything on the chat. All right, no sweat. Let's get it. Let's get into these fires, man. Matter of fact, before we get into those fires, there's something else I want to get into. That was a question. Hold on. What happened? Is something happened this week besides this fires, that one?
Fires.
Or last week that we had to get into? New Year's. Everybody know. Okay. No, so we get right into it then. Let me get Daniels, right? You got a question out?
Oh, no.
Okay, let me get Daniels. Daniels. And young man, care that is not all black. We need you in all black. If you practicing to be a trooper, right? You're not a trooper yet. You good. You can wear that sweater. I guess you can wear that sweater. But when you become a trooper, everybody knows it's all black, right? No white Nike stripe. I see the Jordan. The white Jordan. That's a cool sweater. All right, get the mic out. Let me get Daniel, the 3rd chapter and the 16th verse. Three and 16.
The book of Daniel, chapter 3, verse 16. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. Verse 17, if it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace.
He'll deliver us from where?
From the burning fiery furnace.
This is the three wise men were saying to Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar was the king of Babylon. Was it Babylon? Babylon, right? Was it Assyria or Babylon? Babylon, right? He's the king of Babylon, right? Go ahead.
Come on. And he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king.
He wanted them to sin, right? He wanted them to sin against their God, but they refused to sin against the Most High, right? Go ahead.
Come on, verse 18. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods.
We will what?
That we will not serve thy gods.
Right. There's going to be situations in life where the Lord will put you in a test, right? He'll test you, or you'll get put in a test, and you have to be strong, right? You have to stand on integrity. You have to be dignified. You got to be honorable, and you got to do what's right. You know what I'm saying? When no one is watching. You understand?
Come on.
There's going to be time when no one is watching, but your faith is in the Most High, and you're going to do what you know is right to do. You understand, right? And that's what these brothers is doing right here. They are telling the king, who is the most powerful person on the face of the earth, that they would not complete his orders. You understand? They're not going to complete his orders, and this is why I'm not completing your orders, because it's against our power, our the Most High power. That's what he's telling them. Just imagine talking like that. So imagine you go through something at your slavery, or some people are young. When you go to your family's house, they try to make you eat a Thanksgiving dinner or a Christmas dinner or whatever, and you say, "No, I can't eat that." You know what I'm saying? This is against my God. Start saying that to people, and in that you'll persecute them. You understand?
Oh God.
Like a lot of us, you might say, "Oh no, it's against my religion, whatever." Nah, say it's against my God, the Holy One of Israel. And you'll start to persecute this person by saying those things. And you'll see how demons come out of people when you say things like that. We start saying things just biblical as that, right? And that's what he's saying to this king. Go ahead.
Okay. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods.
That we what?
That we will not serve thy gods.
So when they want you to celebrate their holidays or whatever, say, we will know I can't celebrate your gods. That'd be against my God.
Right.
Go ahead.
Nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Verse 19, then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury.
Now he's pissed off. He's pissed off because no one talks to the king like that, right? Nebuchadnezzar, kidding me? He has armies on top of armies. You know what I'm saying? He said, hell no, you talking to me like, hell? Okay, go ahead. I got something for you. Go ahead.
And the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Visage is his face, his countenance, right? Now it's changed against them. Now he's full of fury. Go ahead.
Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 7 times more than it was wont to be heated.
Right. So imagine you take a furnace, and on average, everybody puts their oven until about 350, right? So if you take it to 700 degrees more, you're talking about 1,000 degrees. Just imagine that. 1,000 degrees. You don't put nobody in 100-degree weather. That ain't nothing. That's just hot. So imagine you put it at 300, and then you say, oh, that's not hot enough. Put it at 700 more. So now we at 1,000 degrees, right? We at 1,000 degrees. Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 20. He commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Now, that's what I just said is not in the Bible. I'm just saying on average, everyone puts their oven at 350. Y'all know that, right?
Come on.
Everyone, that's what it says on most things, put something at 350. So you take 700 more on top of that, it'll be 1,000 degrees. I'm just giving an example. But go ahead.
Come on. Verse 20. And he commanded that the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
So now he wants the strongest men to go tie them up. Go tie them up, making sure they don't go anywhere, right? Making sure they don't go anywhere. Go ahead.
And to cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Verse 21, then these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, and their hats,
right,
and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace.
They were what?
Cast in the midst of the burning fiery furnace.
They go into the fiery furnace, and they're in there, tied, binded up. They can't move, right? So imagine the fear you would have naturally about going somewhere and about to get burned up. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now, in our mind, we thinking, okay, this is how I'm going to die in the name of the Lord. right? In the name of the Lord, this is how I'm gonna die. I'm about to get burned to death. You get what I'm saying? This is how, but you know what? This is how I rather die this way than to fall into the hands of the Most High. That's what his mindset is going in. They don't know what's gonna happen to them right now. You understand, right? That's the whole part of a test. You don't know what's actually gonna happen until you just go through with it. You understand, right? Something similar that happened to Abraham with Isaac, right? When the Most High told Abraham, what did he tell him? Go, he said, take his son up all the way up to the hill and then kill him. And he was gonna do it. But he didn't know that the Lord was going to say, don't do it at the end. You understand? So you have to follow all the way through just to see what's actually going to happen. You understand, right? Okay. So imagine these cats are not thinking they're about to get saved. They're thinking they're about to burn in 1,000-degree furnace. So, 1,000 degrees, your skin just falls right off. You understand, right? The skin just falls right off. It's just over with. You're done. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Verse 22, therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
So he taking the men taking these cats up to go into the furnace, they died. They burned. Y'all understand, right? He was so angry that his mighty men died trying to kill them. They still alive though, right? Keep going.
Verse 23.
But he doesn't care. He's full of anger. He doesn't care about the. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 23. And these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound in the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar, the king, was
astonished.
Astonished.
Oh, astonished. Go ahead.
Okay. And rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, did not we cast three men bound into the midst of the fire?
So imagine he get up, he looking where he could see the men. He said, hold on, what the hell is going on? He's talking to his men, his counselors. I thought we only threw 3 men in there. Go ahead.
They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. He answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose.
Say what?
I see 4 men loose.
He said he see 4 men in there now. Go ahead.
Walking in the midst of the fire. And they have no hurt.
And they have what?
And they have no hurt.
They have no hurt. Go ahead.
And the form of the fourth is like the Son of God.
And the Son of what?
The Son of God.
Go ahead.
Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High God, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth of the midst of the fire.
Perfect. That's it right there, man. Let me tell you something, man. And what you'll figure out in the eyes of danger, you know what I'm saying? This is how I was taught in the I.S.U.P.K, how we came up. You count your life cheap. Just count your life cheap. You understand? Meaning this is what these men did. They counted their life cheap. They didn't change their ways. They didn't say, oh man, well, you know what? Let's compromise so we can live. They didn't do that. They counted their life cheap and the Lord showed up for them. You understand, right? And protected them. In fires that's happening, earthquakes going to happen, whatever, more dangers are going to come our way. You understand? Just know that the Lord is with you. How can you make sure the Lord is with you in this danger and in those times of danger? Is by being an obedient soldier. You understand? Okay. That's how. The Lord will be with you always if you are obedient to him. You don't have to fear. You don't have to panic. And also, we have each other. You understand? We have each other that we can lean on. We can be there for each other. There should be no fear, no shaking in your mind when you see things like this. You understand? And always know you have to, if you do go out, you have to go out with honor. You understand? You're going to have to go out with honor because you'll be back. You understand, right? You'll be right back. You'll be fine. And you won't even remember. You understand? You don't even remember how you die. You just remember how you live. That's it. When you come back, that's all you know about is living. You don't even know about dying. Y'all get that, right? So don't worry about that. Don't sweat those things. Don't sweat the things that put fear. A lot of people go into a frantic and fear. I was on TikTok. Oh my goodness. You just see the fear on TikTok. They said, well, you got to get out of California. You got to leave. You got the San Antonio fault. The earthquake's about to come next. They said Queen Shiva's in the ocean. Y'all heard that? Y'all seen that before? They said Shiva's in the ocean and the tsunami's coming next. This and that. I said, damn, I ain't seen people this scared and ever. You get what I mean? You don't be scared though. You have no fear. You understand? Always know if you do the right thing, the Lord is going to protect you. Always. But that's why it's important to do the right thing. Give me Timothy 6:6. 1 Timothy 6:6. And also, if you could give me number 1, hurt not the oil and the wine. Also, damn, that was another one I was gonna pull. Hurt not the oil and the wine. 1 Timothy 6:6. You can give me the one in Daniel too. Oh, so like that's a story I need to go into. Joseph's story with his brothers. Remind me, all right? Joseph's stories and his brothers. We'll go into that after this. We're gonna go into the fires right now. We'll go into the fires when Lahab and them get here too. All right. Go ahead.
I had a question.
Mm-hmm.
So where it says the fourth is like the Son of God, that was an angel.
That was an angel. That's what I forgot to break down. That's an angel. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't say that was Christ. You get what I mean? That was an angel that came and protected them. That's how we break it down. You know what I mean? Like the Son of God, which is an angel. You understand, right? Go ahead.
So, if I could, sir, can you explain how? Okay, like when we explain Hebrews 1, you know how it says, "At what time did he call any angel's son, or is it son or?"
You gotta pull the precept.
Come on, I have to pull it.
And then ask your question.
Okay. It's Hebrews. Awesome. Hebrews 1, and
if y'all watching this class, man, next time y'all come to class, man, bring some cups. We over here drinking out these. What are these?
Plastic challenges.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? These is cool though. But y'all bring some red plastic cups, man. Golly. I feel like damn, that's wild. But go ahead.
Okay. Hebrews 1 and 4.
1 and 4. Okay, read it for me.
Being made so much better than the angels, as he hath by inheritance obtained a more excellent name than they.
Perfect. That's talking about Christ. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Here's the question. For unto which of the angels said he at any time, thou art my son? So my question comes into, I always get it mixed up. Why is Paul saying, what angel has he ever called son? But I know in certain contexts, angels are referred to as sons of God.
Yeah.
So how would I correlate?
Okay. In this context, let's think about your favorite son. That's
okay.
That's how you gotta look at it. Yeah. All your sons is sons, but then you have a favorite son.
Okay. And
then the precept would be with Abraham giving his inheritance to all his sons.
Okay.
Right. In Genesis 17, he goes and gives his sons, things. Right. Then he gives his favorite son, his only begotten son, Isaac. Right. He gives him his inheritance.
Okay.
So it's the same thing. Like that's his favorite son. All right?
Okay.
And your favorite son is the son who is the most excellent in obeying you.
Right.
You understand, right? Okay. So that's how that goes. All right.
Okay.
Just think about that when you break it down. Okay. Because they are all his angels. Go ahead.
One more thing, sir, if I could. So in Job, where it says the sons of God presented themselves.
Exactly.
That's
another
angels?
precept. Yeah, another precept.
Okay, solid.
Yeah, and who came?
Satan.
Right. The son of the Most High. Right. So perfect. You can use that as well. And he didn't talk about how great Satan was, even though meaning Satan wasn't. It wasn't that Satan wasn't great, but he doesn't get talked about like Christ gets talked about. Right. You understand? Right. Remember, because Christ is the one he sent on earth to create, and he created so well that he let him live it. Right. You get what I mean? Doesn't matter. That's a realm that you can't even really imagine. Because it sounds when I say that sounds like the Bible is not real. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that don't even sound like the Bible is real after that. Like what you mean he sent a man on? Yes, brother, I can pull the precept. He made a man create the earth and then he let the man live it, not in that body, and that makes it even worse. So y'all understand, though, right? Okay, where we at?
Revelations. Did you want hurt?
Hurt not the oil and the wine. Right. Let's get hurt. And give me Matthew 28 and 10. 10 and 28 or 28 and 10?
28 and 10.
Give me Matthew 28 and 10. All right. And if you can give me Psalms 91, young man Kev. Yeah, Psalms 91. And I like to say this when things like this happen, man. Fear is a great motivator. You understand? It's a great motivator because people in times like this, you seek the Most High. You get what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of videos where people was like, Jesus help us.
Right.
You know what I mean? God help us. God help us. God help us. You know what I mean? Like, of course you look to God because now you realize what 911 is not working.
Right.
You know what I mean? Firefighters can't come save you. They can't come take your house down. They can't come put the water on your house specifically. You get what I'm saying? They can't come do these things for you. All you can depend on is the Most High now.
Right.
Right. And people love to look at the Lord when their life is in danger, when your kid's life is in danger. Right. Mind you, you halfway don't care about yourself, but you look at your child. You get what I'm saying? Now you got something like you want to protect and you can't protect them. You don't have an army. You get what I mean? There's a lot of great men, but where's that army at? In I.S.U.P.K, we have an army. You understand, right? We have real resources. We are 911 for each other. You understand? We have people we can depend on, rely on, be there for. Like we are this. A lot of people don't understand that. They don't have that. A lot of people, they have money too. They have money. They still don't have brothers. You get it? Like brothers is more important than money. Always remember that. Brothers are more important than money. Your people in here are more important than money. And then their value will show when money doesn't matter anymore. You understand? You got that up? Go ahead.
Revelations chapter 6, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat.
Oh, it's like hold that. I need that one for sure. Let me get one in Timothy first.
Okay.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6 and verse 6. But godliness is with contentment is great gain. Verse 7. For we brought nothing
Hold
into...
on, read that again.
But godliness with contentment is great gain.
Right. A godliness with being content is great gain. That's what the Lord looks at as being godly. Being content with what you have is godly. You understand? It says godliness with great contentment. That's what it says. That's what the Lord looks at godly. He doesn't look, you know, people in the Christian church say that you're going to get an increase today. This is your year of increase. You heard that before? Right. Yeah, I used to go to church like, oh my God, I knew it. I knew it was my year. I knew it was my year to get this money. They always say when you have more things, that means the Lord blessed you. That's not true. You understand, right? The Lord does not, because you have more things than someone else, does not mean you're more blessed than them. Because a true blessing is having the Lord's protection. You understand, right? You see what happened in this fires, your life can turn upside down like that. You understand? They talking about, oh, they don't even got insurance on these houses. They don't. So the people that it's so crazy. All I'm seeing on the internet is Janae Aiko just lost her house. It's like Janae Aiko. Who gives a damn about Janae Aiko? Right. What about the cat who can't ever get a home again? You get what I mean? They ain't talking about them cats at Altadena who can't never gonna live in the house again now. You understand? Now they gotta rebuild their life, and they don't have millions of dollars in their bank like Janae Aiko and Ricky Lake. Ricky Lake lost her house when her and her husband. They like Ricky Lake, her dream home that she. Ricky Lake will be okay. They can move, right, and get another house in next week. You understand? There's some people that can't afford a hotel. You understand? That lost their house in Pasadena and Altadena. They don't live in Malibu. Or what's that place that the fire is at? I can't say the name. Pacific Palisades. They don't live in Pacific Palisades. The average, listen, I'm gonna tell you, the average person that lives over there is a millionaire. Literally, they're all millionaires. There's no one there that's not a millionaire. There's no one there that doesn't have another home, basically. You understand? or has access to another $1 million home from that their mother lives or their father lives in. You understand? They'll be perfectly fine. They'll be perfectly fine. Your prayers should be for the people who can never live in a home again now. You know what I mean? Who lost it all and will never get it back. Those are your prayers. Go ahead.
So if I may, most of them, the houses were given to them. They didn't even pay for them.
It was passed down. Passed
Right.
down. Right. That happened to a brother I know in the world, man. His grandmother, he grew up in his grandmother's house, and they was passing that house down, and that house is gone. You get what I mean? House is gone now. So those are the people your prayers should be for. Those are the people that you should want to be up in here. They should come in here, because pain will make you turn to the Lord. Now, a lot of people, there's no one I know who came into the I.S.U.P.K because their life was just perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? It's really rare when your life was just going super smooth, and then you're like, I decided to serve God. That's not how it works. There's always something that happens to you that makes you be like, you know what? What's the real answer out there? You know what I mean? Where's the real truth out there? It's something that changes in you that makes you want to come and do something bigger than yourself. You understand? All right, can you give me that? Read that again for me, young man.
This is the book of 1 Timothy.
Go one verse up.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6 and verse 5. Perverse disputing of men of corrupt minds.
Perverse disputing of men of corrupt minds. Go ahead.
And destitute of the truth.
And they're destitute of, what did they say? Destitute?
Destitute, sir.
Destitute of the truth. Go ahead.
Supposing that gain is godliness.
That what?
That gain is godliness.
They suppose that gain is godliness. That's what they think. Gain is godliness. No, that's not godliness. Having things is not godliness. Y'all understand? Always remember that. Don't ever worry about the things that you have, and don't ever compare that to the Lord not being with you. That'll be your first mistake. The Lord not with me because I'm short on my rent. That don't mean the Lord not with you. The Lord is gonna provide for you. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. You get what I'm saying? There's cats who can pay their rent and about to kill themselves. You get what I'm saying? How many millionaires killed themselves? People who have money like jumped off a damn building and killed themselves. Those things happen to them because the Lord is not with them. There's nothing in them. They're empty. That's why they do it. You know what I mean? They fighting something. What's that cat that just got shot? He was the CEO of the healthcare, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he just got shot. People are after him. he get popped by some random cat. You know what I mean? Keep going on.
From such withdraw thyself.
Right, withdraw yourself from that. Go ahead.
Verse 6. But godliness with contentment is great gain.
Go ahead.
For we brought nothing into this world, and it's certain we can carry nothing out.
Understand that, right? Go ahead.
Verse 8. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content.
And having food and raiment, let us there be content. That's why the scripture says, give us today our daily bread. I heard that. That's in the Lord's prayer. He ain't saying give us today next week's bread, right? Give us enough to be sufficient for today. That's all you got to worry about. Take it day by day. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and lustful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition.
Keep going.
For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Keep going.
Which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Verse 11. But though, O man of God, flee these things and follow after righteousness.
Say it again. Though, man of God, what?
Flee these things and follow after righteousness.
Flee those things and follow after righteousness, man. That's what you have to do. Don't worry about those things, because guess what? They'll burn. They'll be gone. You get what I mean?
Gone.
That's what will happen. They'll be burned and gone. Then what? You understand? Everyone who survived the fire, who lost their house, guess what they said? I'm glad I got my family. Then you start to realizing what's really important. You lost your whole house. I mean, you didn't buy. How much of things that you invest in your crib? Couches, TVs, clothes, whatever. But you will forget all that. I got my kids. I got what's important to me. I'll be fine with that. We can rebuild, whatever. You get what I mean? You'll start to realize how unimportant a lot of things is when you're going through something like that. All right. Go ahead. Is there any more on that? I'm looking for the protection of the Lord. Am I missing something?
There's a little bit more on it.
Go ahead.
Verse 11. But thou, O man of God, flee these things and follow after righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, meekness. Verse 12. Fight the good fight of faith. Lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art also called, and has professed a good profession before many witnesses.
Let me hear 6 and 1. I might be missing it.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6 and verse 1. Let as many servants as under the yoke count their own masters worthy of all honor, that the name of God and his doctrine be not blasphemed. Verse 2. And they that have believing masters, let not despise Salakia. Verse 2. And they that having believing masters, let them not despise them, because they are brethren.
No, solid. We can move on. I'm trying to find the exact words when he said protection, but no sweat. We'll come back to it. Give me that. Where you at, that one?
Okay. Revelation chapter 6, verse 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine.
Right. So now this is a vision given to John, right? John the Revelator. And he sees this vision that's happening in heaven. And he's talking about the 4 beasts that are coming, that'll walk around the Most High. You get what I mean? And the Most High is saying something to an angel. And to the angel, he's saying a measure of what?
A measure of wheat for a penny.
A measure of wheat for a penny. This is talking about what? Anybody know? Go ahead. Famine, exactly. It's talking about famine. A measure of wheat for a penny, because it's cheap. You get what I'm saying? This is talking about famine that's going to happen to America. Go ahead.
And 3 measures of barley for a penny.
Right. Go, same thing. Famine. Go ahead.
And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine.
There's going to be famine in this place. And even when there's famine, the Lord said to protect his the select few. You understand? He said, even when that happens, he said, hurt not the oil and the wine. Who's the oil and the wine? You. Oil and wine is precious. That's what the Lord calls you, oil and wine. He called you the apple of his eye. He always used these terms to talk about you. You understand?
Right.
His elect. You know what I mean? So that's why it's important to turn your face and serve the Most High. Why? So he can protect you. That's the point. And you're gonna want protection. So imagine you this is just like a president. You know what I mean? A president is nothing without his Secret Service. You know what I mean? He's nothing without a Secret Service. So many people hate the president. They want to put him to death, but a Secret Service is surrounding him. That is the Lord's angels for you, each and every one of you. You understand? So you look at that like that, because all these things are going to happen. It's going to strike fear into people who don't serve God. But when you serve God, the Lord said, what? Hurt not the oil and the wine. No matter what happens around you, no matter what you see, if you can face the Most High and be obedient and serve him, the Lord said he's going to protect you. That's what he says. That's what he said he's going to do. I don't know the Most High to be a liar. You understand, right? But even in that, you build yourself up as a soldier and count your life cheap. You understand? Because without mercy, who knows what happens. You understand, right?
Right.
Good. All right, give me Matthew.
The book of Matthew, chapter 28, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. The book of Matthew, chapter 28, verse 10. Then said Jesus unto them, be not afraid. Go tell my brethren that they go into Galilee, and there shall they see.
It should be 10 and 28 then.
Come on. The book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body.
Say it again.
And fear not them which kill the body.
Go ahead.
But are not able to kill the soul.
You understand, right? We talk going back to fires. We going back to anything that can happen to you, right? Just like three wise men, right? Don't fear them that can kill your body. Fear a man that can fear the Most High who can kill your soul. That's what's important. You get what I'm saying? Because the pain is temporary, but your soul can be tortured forever. That happened to people in the Bible. Y'all know this, right? Pull that precept for me, Top One. He saved the souls of them from the time of Noah. You know what I mean? Give me that. Read it again.
The book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body.
Right. Fear not them that kill the body. Who can kill the body? Anybody can kill your body. Anybody can kill your body. You know what I mean? There's so many ways to kill you. So many ways. The Lord sends people cancer. You know what I mean? And certain diseases. The Lord send you an aneurysm in your brain and in your abdomen. Y'all know that? I didn't even know you get a brain. I didn't even know you can get an aneurysm in your stomach. Did you know that? Yeah, that happens. Those things can happen. Am I using the right word? Aneurysm is in your brain. It was something in your No. I think it's an aneurysm. Somebody Google if you can get an aneurysm in your abdomen. Go ahead, Shradha. Yeah.
The doctor said that she didn't even feel it that quick. Just
yeah.
It busts the blood vessel in the brain.
Yeah, and that's it.
Some people live and survive it. But I believe most pass away from it.
You understand? These
it's common amongst black women, our sisters.
There's so many things that can happen to you right in this place. You understand? So many things that can happen. The Lord's protection is everything. Go ahead, out.
I Googled about the aneurysm in your stomach.
Yeah.
It says, yes, it is possible to get an aneurysm in your stomach area, specifically in the aorta, the main artery that carries blood from the heart to the rest of the body. This is known as an abdominal aortic aneurysm.
Perfect. I thought I knew that. Yeah, I thought I knew. That's what they said. I heard a brother survived that though. Had an aneurysm in his abdomen and survived it. It was crazy. I said, damn, I didn't know you can have one there. It's rough. It's rough. So these things can happen, man. These things can happen to you. So now you look at your life, man. Life, hey, it can happen. So now what do? You go seek the Lord's face. You go be perfect. Because what? We already in debt to the Most High. You understand that, right? We already in debt because Christ died for us. Then we came and found the truth. And then when you found the truth, you still had a battle. You still had to battle yourself because you was finding out the law and you was battling yourself. So now you know the sin and you still doing the sin. So the Lord is looking at you like, all right, you can get it together. You get what I'm saying? Get it together because mercy runs out. You understand? Those things run out. Change, be this way. You know what I mean? Then I know I'll tell men all the time, like, listen, you have to make yourself valuable to the Most High. You got to. That should be your life's work, is to find a reason why you need to live. You get what I mean? If you don't find a reason why you need to live, you're not a person who is valuable to the Most High. Why does he need you? Mind you, that's just a theory. He can always raise somebody up. Always. Get what I mean? But it's good that you would start your things now. Be obedient. Make yourself valuable to the work of the Lord. You know what I mean? That go for brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters. You don't be just a vessel. Be a working vessel all times. You understand? Solid. Any more?
Matthew 10:28.
Yeah, read it.
Come on. The book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Perfect. You got that, that one? Go ahead.
2 Peter chapter 2, verse 4.
It's like it.
For if God spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly.
Mm-hmm.
Let me keep going.
Yeah. We read the part already, right?
Where to the souls reserved to judgment. Come on.
Go ahead though.
2 Peter 2:4. For if God spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment.
They be reserved unto what?
Judgment.
He put souls into the pits of hell, right? Meaning hell is what you go to get tormented. Not hell like, fake hell, right? Tormented. Hell can be tormented from the Most High, right? He'll put your souls there to be tormented until judgment day. And he said he had them souls from the times of Noah, who persecuted a man who was a righteous, what did it say? A righteous what?
Preacher.
A righteous preacher, a righteous man of God. And he took them souls and he held them souls and he beat them souls down. And he still is. That's heavy. Go ahead, Top One.
So is it possible? I know don't go into specifics, but is it in a roundabout way saying he held those souls from reincarnating in the earth?
Yeah.
Just to be brought back only during the time of like the return of Christ or a cataclysmic event?
Being tormented is not being cremated. I mean, reincarnated.
Okay.
That is definitely being tormented because you don't even get to live.
Right.
Your soul is held back.
Right.
You know what I mean? And even in the scripture, it says a person comes in the third or fourth generation. You know what I'm saying? So if you come into the third or fourth generation, that's supposed to be your time you come back. So imagine they ain't been back in, you talking about 100, maybe, 200-300 generations. Get what I'm saying?
Right.
If not more. My math could be off, but that's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? So, good to go. Give me Psalm 91.
Salakia. This is the book of Psalms 91, verse 1.
Yep.
He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
If you was in the Hebrew Academy, you should know about this one, right? He that dwell in a what?
He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
Right. He shall abide under the shadow of the Most High, right? So this means this. If you could dwell in the secret place is right here, right? You dwell in the secret place, right? Keep reading.
Verse 2.
No, read it from the top.
Salakia. The book of Psalms 91, verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High.
Of the Most High. Go ahead.
Shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
You're going to abide under the shadow of the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse 2. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress.
That's how we look at it, man. That's your only refuge. That's your only fortress is the Most High. That's the only way. The Lord makes it that way. Like, why you think these fires is happening? You get what I'm saying? Like, think about the Lord created this, right? Give me Isaiah 45:7 real quick. The Lord created this. Shout out, grab it. The door. Oh, your hips, Salakia. Everybody, grab it. Isaiah 45:7. Keep going, Kev.
Come. Verse 2. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress.
Go ahead.
My God. In him will I trust.
In him what?
In him will I trust.
In him will I trust. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler.
He's going to deliver me from the snare of the fowler. Hold where you at, Kev. Why do you think these fires is happening now? Davion.
I think the fires is happening because the Lord's trying to send the Edomites and messengers.
He trying to what?
Send the Edomites and messengers.
It could be twofold. That's correct. But it's a bigger reason. Kev.
If I may, Adawan, like young man Davion said, I believe that he's trying to send those that are Israelites as well who dwell with them and took on their ways to maybe learn like them to maybe get into the truth.
One more time, say it again.
Okay.
So no, you said it right, but say it just like you say it like that. Say it clear.
Okay. We have brothers and sisters that are Israelites from the tribes that dwell with the Edomites and took it on their ways,
Right.
like the Hollywoods, all the people that are out there that look down upon us on those hills, rolling them back down to humble themselves to come back home.
Perfect. I take that's exactly why. Give me Isaiah 45:7.
Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create darkness.
This is the Lord, right? He said, I form the light and create darkness. Go ahead.
I make peace and create evil.
I make peace and I create what?
Evil.
And create what?
Evil.
Go ahead.
I, the Lord, do all these things.
The Lord put these fires up so you can be in fear, right? And when you're in fear, what did we say earlier? You seek the Lord. This is him telling you, seek me. You understand?
Right.
People all over the country are seeing that. They think like, damn, what if I was there?
Right.
What that happened to me? What happened to me and my family? Am I living right? What can I do? You can't do nothing. That's the point. That's why our Lord said that he could be your you read again, verse 3 where you at Kev.
Khan, the book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 3. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler.
Go ahead.
And from the noisome pestilence. Verse 4. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
His truth shall be your what?
Thy shield and buckler.
That's how you get protected, man, by this truth. The Lord provides this truth to you. You obey him. Now you have a buckler and a shield. You understand? Now you can protect yourself. That's the point. So that you strike fear into you so you can turn away from what you're doing to serve him. That's the point. If you can't see that, then you're missing what's going on. You understand? You're missing the point of all this. You're missing why he puts a fire. Mind you, he could strike a fire and he could have killed so many people. Only heard 2 people died. I know this, right? All them fires, 2 people died. Those 2 people that died stayed home. They didn't want to leave. You know what I mean? They died with their home. Fires are warnings. Lose your house. You get what I'm saying? Lose your house. Don't lose your life. All right? Good to go. Top 1.
If I may, I had a precept.
Go ahead.
Just to back up what you were saying, sir. Amos 3:6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it?
Right. Perfect. You know what I mean? That's what you got to see. You got to see the trumpet being blown. And the Lord does that evil in that place. People's like, Lord be with God be with us. Man, these fires, I'm not leaving my house. These fires in here, they got gas masks. It's talking about, it looks like hell on earth. They talking about, they call it Hell A. Y'all seen that? Hell A. You get what I mean? All these things are signs for you to turn to the Most High. Because like I said, in those troubled times, all you can think about is God. And that's what he wants you to do. Go ahead.
Slaki, if I may. I was thinking about when class General Hyman mentioned and showed the video of the rich guy who was saying F the poor people, I'm paraphrasing, and showed them all the Christmas presents and how you're supposed to celebrate Christmas. And when I saw everything went up in smoke, I kind of felt good, like, yeah, that's your Christmas. And now you back the ones you looked down upon, you know, now you got to humble yourself. I wonder if you wish you took those words back.
Oh, man, for sure. For sure wish he took them words back. You know what I mean? Let me get Psalms 99. Psalms 9, verse 9.
The book of Psalms, chapter 9, verse 9. The Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble.
One more time.
Come on. The book of Psalms, chapter 9, verse 9. The Lord will also be a refuge for the oppressed.
He'll be a refuge for who?
For the oppressed.
Who's the oppressed, man? You're the oppressed.
Right.
The Lord said he'll be a refuge for you. You understand? Go ahead.
A refuge in times of trouble.
In times of what?
In times of trouble.
In times of trouble, brother, more trouble is going to come. You got to start practicing, man. Me and Karatas, I sent them what would I send them? A security, no, I'm not a security, an evacuation plan that I wrote out in 2017. I sent it to myself, revise this. You get what I'm saying? You got to have an evacuation plan. You got to start stocking. You got to do things that make sure that we're protected. You got to have spots we come to if all things go bad. You get what I'm saying? Like you got to think about these things. But most importantly, you can have everything under the sun to be a great prepper, and the Lord not with you. All that wouldn't matter. You understand? All that wouldn't matter. Don't think about that. Think about you. We're doing it just to make sure that we are holding up our end. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the Lord's protection over us is the main thing. Keep going.
Come on. Verse 10. And they that know thy name will put their trust in thee. For thou, Lord, hast not forsaken them that seek thee.
Go ahead.
Verse 11. Sing praises to the Lord, which dwelleth in Zion. Declare among the people his doings. When he maketh inquisition for blood, he remembereth them.
One more time. When he what?
When he maketh inquisition for blood, he remembereth them.
He remember what?
He remembereth them.
Don't forget that. You know what I mean? Don't forget that. All right. We're good. We're going to be good on this topic until Lahab and them get here. Let me get the story of Joseph real quick, right? Can you get that for me, Taiwan? You know where it starts? Yes. This story of Joseph, man, it's an excellent story. Excellent story about this brother right here, man. And what type of cat he was. Everybody familiar with this story. Oh, before you go there, right? Before you go there, give me the story with Abraham and his rib when he compromised with the king, and so that was his sister. Real quick. Let me get that story real quick. Let me tell you something about compromising. Compromising. What we do in the I.S.U.P.K, we never compromise. You understand? And let me be specific. That doesn't mean you don't compromise with your woman at home about, things that are what married people compromise about. I don't want y'all to go home like, I ain't compromising. I'm going out. Cap said we don't compromise, so the damn you. Not saying that, brother. What I'm saying is you don't compromise the truth. You understand, right? You don't compromise the truth for anything. You don't ever give yourself up to be a coward. You don't ever lay yourself down, you know what I mean, to be taken advantage of. And I'm going to show you right now, precept, right? Compromising. This is an excellent story. This is about Abraham. Abraham was a straight killer, a soldier. You know what I mean? But in this moment, he was not. I Warrior. Can you give me Matthew 6:24? And I buy. Let me get 2 Corinthians 6:14.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let me get those precepts. Then we'll get to the. You got the story, Taiwan?
We have Abraham, sir, Joseph. Right?
Okay. Let me get these two precepts first, and then we'll go to Abraham's story and then Joseph's. Right. Of course, if y'all have questions on the chat, man, just drop them in the chat. I don't see any questions from. I don't know if I gotta scroll down. I think y'all just tapping in and check in. Okay, no sweat. Go ahead. Let's get it. You got that? Go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 24. No man can serve two masters.
Y'all, everybody know this precept, right? You cannot serve two masters. What does it mean to serve two masters? I bought. Exactly. Perfect example, right? You cannot be an IUIC member, basically. You know what I'm saying? That's what they are. IUIC, them purple cats is cats who are Christian American Israelites. Y'all know that, right? That's what they are. That's why they're accepted. You get it? They're that. Don't be that. Be the opposite of that. Be extreme on one foot. You understand? Be extreme about what we do and never compromise so you can be like them, right? It's important. It's important, especially when you're young. People that are young, they don't really have a instilled confidence about themselves. You have to instill confidence in people sometimes for them. You feel me? A lot of people don't understand that because you might be men who have a lot of confidence, but there's some people that do not have confidence, so they are whipped around. You know what I mean? They go to and fro all the time. They're impressionable. Y'all know that word? They're impressionable, or they're easily influenced by things, right? You have to be someone who is not impressionable. You have to be someone who is not easily influenced and someone who doesn't give a damn about what outside noise. Y'all get what I'm saying? Because when you do, you start to serve two masters. Y'all understand? You start to be a person who accepts food on July 4th. You eat hot dogs and crack fireworks, but you serve the Most High. Y'all understand? You start to be that type of person. You start to be a person who is double-minded. You get what I mean? The scriptures. What does the scripture say about a double-minded man? Oh, warrior, go ahead. What did you say?
Unstable in all his ways.
Yeah, that what you said, Kev?
Double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Yeah, exactly. Right. What does it say? One more time. Sorry.
Double-minded man is unstable in all his
A
ways.
double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Right. So when you start to serve two gods, that's how you become, and we see it. Right. Read it from the top.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 24.
Uh-huh.
No man can serve two masters.
Right. No man can serve two masters. Go ahead.
For either he will hate the one and love the other.
That's only what can really happen. You understand? There's no loving both. There is no being both. You acting one way, but you really hate what you do. You understand? You really hate this thing. That's it. Go ahead. You can start from where they either hate, they hate.
And the love of the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
Or he'll hold to the one and despise the other. Go ahead.
Ye cannot serve God and mammon.
Mammon, right?
Mammon.
What is mammon? Kev. Money. You get what I'm saying? You cannot serve God and money. You can have money and serve God. See how different that easy it is? You can have some money. We didn't take an oath to be, broke people. That's not, we didn't take an oath to that. You can have some money, but don't let the money be the thing you serve over the Most High. You understand? It's good to have some money. You know why? The scriptures say about money. Money is a defense. Money is a defense. When the Lord give you money, you know what he wants you to do with it? What do he want you to do with the money? Go ahead. He wants you to definitely pay your tithes. What else, Warrior?
Help your peoples?
Yeah. That's why he give it to you. That's why he give you the money. He give you the money so you can help. So when you get money, think about that. Because the moment you get money and you don't do nothing for nobody is the reason why you shouldn't have any. Because you're good. You're selfish enough. Right? That's how it works. You good. You're perfectly fine the way you are. You don't need no money because all you think about is yourself. Go ahead.
So like if I make, if you ain't giving it away, you're gonna find a way to get it from you anyway.
Oh yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works. The Lord allows Satan to attack you. And the perfect way to attack a brother is his pockets. Perfect way. Because that make a brother angry. You know what I mean? You see cats out here that be angry because they don't got no money. When you don't got no money, you're angry. You know what I'm saying? You like, damn, life sucks right now. You get what I'm saying? That's how you attack them. You can have some money. Imagine you working. That's the worst. You working a slavery and you just behind on your bills all the time. So every check you get is gone by the time you get it. That's the life that we live. You get what I'm saying? Generally speaking, that's a lot of us. A lot of us get our money, and by the time payday comes, first of all, you withdraw, so you're negative in your account. So if you got direct deposit, they're gonna take that off the rip, right? So then you get the rest of the money. You got to give some to your baby mother. Make sure your kids is good. By the time you paid everything, you got $45. What's $45? That's enough for you to get drunk, right? That's how people live sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm saying it on the extreme end, but that is life. Go ahead.
If I may, one time I was under the care of the child support system.
Yeah.
And I worked a lot of overtime. I got a 1 cent check. It wasn't worth. I couldn't afford to cash it.
Hold on, let me help you out real quick. Double, give me this precept, right? It's in Genesis where the Lord said, he shall put your bread in the oven and give it to 10 women. You know what I'm talking about? This is a child support precept. Let me find it for you real quick. This is true. You slack it, Ken. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, that's all. I just.
Oh, I got it.
You got it?
Leviticus.
This is Leviticus. Okay, go ahead.
26 and 26.
Let me see if that might be right. Leviticus 26 and 26. That's correct.
And when I have broken the staff of your bread.
And when I have broken the staff of your bread, right? Go ahead.
10 women shall bake your bread in one oven.
10 women is gonna bake your bread. What is bread, Kev?
Money.
Yeah, that's why you know it's a black man's book, right? This is a black man's book. They're gonna take it. I say that's how I explain what money is right now, today. I just got some bread. I talk right now about money. That is my number one slang word for money is bread right now. And they were saying this 6,000 years ago. This is Leviticus, right?
Right.
It's saying this 6,000 years ago. Read from the top.
No kind. Leviticus.
Oh, clap it up for the survivor out here. Check him out. Yeah. We were talking about how the Lord is with you. You and Kazak and Ash, you know what I'm saying? Kasharwan, the Lord is with y'all. You know what I mean? Fire survivors. What they calling this fire? They calling it any name? Oh, okay. The Hell A survivors. I'm just saying like the Hell A, yeah. The Hell A survivors are in the building, y'all. I can't wait to take a picture with these cats, man. They just surviving out here, man. That's what I'm talking about. All right, read it from the top, Bubba Show.
Count kind. Leviticus 26.
That's some strong over there if you want to get down.
And 26.
Uh-huh.
And when I have broken the staff of your bread, 10 women shall bake your bread in one oven, and they shall deliver you your bread again by weight, and ye shall eat and not be satisfied.
That's child support, man. You understand? That's child support. They're gonna take your bread, cook it in your oven, and then they're gonna serve you your bread, and you're gonna eat, and you're not gonna be satisfied. So when you're not satisfied, what do? Cam? You pick up overtime, right? You pick up more things to go work, more jobs to go find. That's what happens, huh? That is your life. That is oppression. You get what I'm saying? That's what it was, man. That's what they do to you. That's this world. You know what I mean? But no sweat, though. We'll be all right, right? We'll be fine. Let's get back to where we was at. Where was we at? Matthew 6 and 24?
Oh.
Give me the other. We done with that precept, right? You was done with that, warrior? Give me what you got? What you holding?
2 Corinthians 16.
2 Corinthians?
Okay.
Let's get it.
So like, what's the verse 16, 14 other one?
So like 1 second.
Be ye not unequally yoked.
That's the one.
Okay.
That's the one. Christians love this one. Christians love this precept right here. 2 Corinthians 6 and 14.
Okay.
Let me break down to you what does it mean to be unequally yoked. I'm sure y'all heard it before when they say when you're not equally yoked. I'm gonna break down to you what it means. All right, I'm gonna let the brother read it real quick, and then we're gonna break it down. Go ahead.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness?
Can you hook me up? You don't mind?
Come on.
It's like it. One more time from the top.
Come on.
Can I get some more ice in this one?
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
Do not be equal. I'm sorry. Equally yoked, right?
Unequally yoked.
Unequally yoked to non-believers. Go ahead.
Come on. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness?
Now, what fellowship does righteousness have with unrighteousness. Remember these precepts. I'm going to pull a precept right now. I'm going to break down this one. I'm going to break down the next one. I'm going to pull a precept right now. Top one. Can you give me where Christ sat with the publicans? All right. Go ahead.
Come. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness?
What fellowship does righteousness have with unrighteousness? Go ahead.
Come. And what communion hath light with darkness?
Uh-huh.
And what concord hath Christ with Belial?
Go ahead.
Or what part hath he that believeth in infidel? And what agreement hath the temple of God with idols?
Perfect. Go ahead.
For ye are the temple of the living God.
This is what this is talking. Where verse you at?
In the middle of 16.
Okay, go ahead. Salakia.
Come. As God hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people.
This precept is perfect. Everything about this precept is what you believe and what you think, right? But this is the problem that people get a misunderstanding there. This is talking about how you do not want to defend the faith while with someone in the world. You understand? When you're with someone in the world and you look at them and you can be cordial, or you can have a working relationship with them without defending your faith, you are in error. You understand? You have to absolutely. There's people who can have a good relationship with a non-believer. Yeah, there is people, but you have to be stout on who you are, though, so it can be clear what this is. Y'all get this, right? Kev, the water, I appreciate it.
Like family, like during the holidays with your family, and they trying to get you to come over, and you don't respond or go and hang with them because
that's a good example, right? That's a good example. Or just even someone. Just imagine just your family. Your family is not in the truth, right? Your family can't think that you're like them. They better know that you're like you. Does everybody get that? If you're, this is perfect. This is always a precept for women, though, right? When you're unequally yoked with a woman, because the reason why they would say this is because you are compromising to her because she has a vagina, and you want that vagina. So you're not being you. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like you're like, yeah, nah, it's good. I ain't tripping. Like, no, you don't gotta serve God. Like that's what I mean. So now you're being that person. You're being a person who is watering down yourself for this person because they are staunch on what this is what you always got to know. When you're with someone who's a non-believer, or not with someone, but you could either with them or it could be a friendship, whatever, family. They are absolutely staunch on what they are. You better match it or be more. You can never be less, though. That's the point. Y'all get it, right? Do not ever be less. Your spirit, you don't have to go and be a tyrant. I'm not saying that. But your spirit alone should be the determining factor on who you are and what they are. You feel me? So people can have a healthy argument. They can have a healthy disagreement. And that's fine. That's most of the time what we want anyway. That's how we are because we're tolerant of people's mess. But you have to be on point on what you are and what they are. And y'all can have a relationship. You know what I mean? Like I remember in the world, like I was like in the world, when I was a young man in the truth coming in, I was like, yo, woman got to be in the truth too. And my brother was telling me, he was like, your woman gonna have to serve you out. She don't got to love God like you love him, but she got to serve you. And in essence, she's serving the Most High. I said, ooh, that was heavy. You get what I'm saying? Like what I know is a lot of women, they say they love the Most High, and I'm not saying they don't, but they better show they love the Most High through their love for you. You get what I mean? And that should be anything when it comes to this. Everybody should know, yeah, we're not equally yoked. Because this cat he really believes what he believes, and I believe what I believe. And that's that. All right. That's what I'm talking about. You don't compromise that at all. So give me that precept with the publicans.
The book of Matthew, chapter 9, verse 9. And Yahushua passed forth from thence. He saw a man named Matthew
Mm-hmm.
sitting at the receipt of custom. And he said unto him, Follow me. And he arose and followed him. And it came to pass, as Yahushua sat at meat in the house, behold, many publicans and sinners came and sat down with him and his disciples.
Right. So many publicans and sinners came and sat down with Christ and his disciples. Right. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 11. And when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto his disciples, Why eateth your master with publicans?
Who seen him?
And when the Pharisees saw it,
Mm-hmm.
they said unto his disciples, Why eateth your master with publicans and sinners?
Mind you, so the disciples knew this, that they was going to say this, because the disciples are young men according to Christ. Compared to Christ, right? Christ is their camp leader. You get what I mean? But Christ know what he's doing. But they're going to do whatever their camp leader does because they know he ain't doing wrong yet. But they know what the Pharisees believe. You feel me? They know the Pharisees are going to say exactly what they just said right now. But they're going to sit with Christ because Christ is sitting with the publicans. So read that part again. Read that verse from the top.
Come on. Verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
And when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto his disciples, Why eateth your master with publicans and sinners?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 12. But
Right. So they went to the disciples and said, Why is your outer one sitting with them, with the sinners? Well, what's good with that? Go ahead.
Come. Verse 12. But when Yahushua heard that, he said unto them, They that behold need not a physician.
One more time.
They that behold need not a physician.
One more time.
They that behold need not a physician,
Go ahead.
but they that are sick. Verse 13.
What is Christ saying right here? Somebody raise their hand. Excuse me. Go ahead, Abba.
Why would somebody that already knows the truth need a doctor? Or Salakia? Why would a doctor go to someone that's not sick? But you want to be around the sick so you can heal them.
Perfect. You want to be around the sick so you can heal them. Christ cut the hell out of them, right? And guess what? Christ wasn't equally yoked with them. That's the point. Y'all get that, right? But Christ was staunch on who he was. And that's how you have to carry yourself wherever you go.
Right.
That's the point. They weren't equally yoked. They didn't believe what Christ believed. They didn't believe why. They don't know why the disciples followed Christ. But he sat down with them, and what did he do? He let his light shine on them. That's why Matthew started to follow him. By the way, Matthew was one of those publicans. You understand? He was one of those publicans, and he seen what Christ did, and he seen how Christ moved, and he changed his life now. And he started serving him. Y'all understand? So when you see equally yoked, that's what that means. Make sure that you are not unequally yoked. Make sure that someone is not running over you. Make sure you run over them on what we believe. That's what we call ourselves, the defenders of the faith. Y'all heard that before? That's what we are, defenders of the faith. Don't never let nobody over. You know how people, you need to talk to people and they start just over talking what they think about the Bible. You have to control the conversation. You got to be like, what do you mean by that? Slow down. Talk to them with authority. Yeah, give me that precept, Bob. Give me that precept, Lahab. You know what I'm talking about? When he said he spoke to them as one with authority. Man, I gotta find that. Matthew 7:29. Let me hear it.
For he taught them as one having authority.
Go ahead.
Not as described.
Perfect. Go 2 verses up. That's it. That's the one.
Matthew 7:27.
Uh-huh.
I was like, and the rain. Oh, can I start at 26? Like,
Come, 26.
and everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. And it came to pass when Yahushua had ended these sayings, the people were astonished at his doctrine.
They were what?
Astonished at his doctrine.
They were astonished at his doctrine. So, like, mind you, a lot of you don't know when you speak, because they won't tell you. When you say what you believe and what you do and how you dress and, you know, what you don't eat no more, people are astonished at what you're saying. I'm trying to tell you. They don't show it because they don't want you to know that you just influenced them. You understand? But you know you influence them because they ain't never seen someone like you or heard someone like you. People that are familiar with you, they start to even know it too. You know what I mean? So people are unfamiliar. They think, oh, damn, this guy, I ain't never met a cat like this before. You know what I'm saying? So now, read that last verse you just read again.
Okay.
They're astonished.
And verse 28. And it came to pass when Yahushua had ended these sayings, the people were astonished at his doctrine. For he taught them as one having authority.
One that having a what?
Authority.
That's how he taught them. One that had what?
Authority.
Go ahead.
And not as the scribes.
And not as the what?
Scribes.
You understand, right? He taught them as one who had authority and not as the scribes. How did the scribes teach? Davion?
Like it was, they did. I don't believe that they had to deal.
That the zeal is for sure correct. There's a better answer. I buy.
They did it softly, like
What?
they were scared, soft.
That's exactly what. That's how a Christian talks. Y'all understand, right? That's why he said not as the scribes. He said the opposite of what a scribe, what Christ did. Christ spoke with authority, saying basically, how do we speak? When we speak, what do we know when we speak? Somebody raise their hand. What do we know when we speak? I warrior.
The truth.
The truth, but what is the truth though? It's we are I say we are loud, but there's something that we speak with. Not okay, not saying that. We do speak with authority, but it's something that we know when we speak, and I'll give you the answer basically. Go ahead, Warrior. No. Davion. So, yeah, we know we right. You know what I'm saying? So imagine you speaking and you know you right when you speaking. That's different for people. You like, nah, you wrong. Now I'll pull it for you. You get what I'm saying? So now when you speaking to them, you telling them that they wrong. I remember Kazai had that song, man, a long time ago. It was a lyric. He said, telling everybody that they wrong and you right. That's our life. When you talk about this Bible, you're wrong. I'm gonna show you that you're wrong. You get what I'm saying? Now that's how you speaking. A scribe don't speak like that. So when you speak like that, you're speaking with authority, and people are astonished by that because they never heard someone speak like that. They never heard someone be so direct about what's the truth. Go ahead,
That's why. So, like, if I may, that's why a lot of people claim not to like us, because they say like we're they misunderstand and say like we're cocky or we're disrespectful,
right? Because
they're not used to people speaking to them. They're used to the Christian polite, I respect you, respect me conversations.
Right. You know why though? Because they're not ordained. They never say that though. Like when we say ordained, you are an ordained priest, man. When that ordained means from the Most High, right? This is your profession. So imagine I'm a professional priest ordained for the Most High. Of course, I think I'm right and you're wrong. You get what I mean? You don't even have the Holy Spirit or the ability to obtain the Holy Spirit.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So what the hell is you talking about? Now you want to talk to me about quantum physics? Then yeah, go ahead. You right. I don't know nothing about quantum physics. You get what I'm saying? But this Bible is nothing you could teach me. There's nothing you could teach me about the Bible. Human, you know what I mean? What do you like? You know what I'm saying? This person that's not in the truth. There's nothing you can tell me about this Bible, and I'll stand on that. Go ahead, Malakma.
Like, sir, would also be that they know we right, and they don't want to accept the fact that they're wrong.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Because you pull one precept as a Christian, and I pull this. I stay right here. I don't even got to pull a precept. Let's stay right here. And then I give you what I know to be the truth, and we never left the same precept. Who's right and who's wrong? Let the Lord decide there. But he's convinced that you're right. You get what I'm saying? He knows. Then I can pull a precept on you too. So like when we read the Bible, of course I'm gonna speak to you as one who has authority, because I'm over you in the spirit of the Lord. In this Bible, for sure. Anything else though, I wouldn't even try to challenge you because I'm not a professional in that. You understand? I'm not gonna say I know everything under the sun, but in this Bible, you definitely don't know more than me. And that's how Christ is speaking. So that's why they're astonished. It's not that it was like, oh, amazed, like he's so right. They astonished because they're like, why he think he's so right? You feel me?
Right.
Like, hold on, why he talking like that? That's I never heard someone talk like that. That's why the brother said he wasn't speaking to him like a scribe. The scribes are philosophers. You feel me? Scribes are people that say, it's an increase coming to you this year. That's a scribe. It's an increase coming, brother. Pray on it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pray for you. Listen, in my whole career in I.S.U.P.K, I never said I'm gonna pray for somebody. My real be like, can you pray for me? I'm like, what? What do you need? Like that's how I answer prayers, right? What do you need? Okay, just say that then. You know what I'm saying? We pray for people live. Yeah, have we prayed for people? Like, have we put our hands on somebody and pray for them? We pray for people. We pray for Israel all the time. That's what we do right there. You get what I mean? But I'm always been a person who you say a prayer and then we answer your prayers. That's how we are in the U.P.K, right?
Right.
We answer every prayer that you ever can have. You know what I mean? Only thing we don't have yet is the power to heal you. But one day, you get what I mean? But anything else, yeah, I think we answer every prayer. There's nothing we can't do. Brother say, can you pray for me? And I'm trying to just get right. Get right. Oh, here's a flyer. You get right here in class. Oh, you don't want to come to class? Oh, no sweat. I try to answer your prayer. I'm trying to. This might be the best thing that ever happened for you. You come to class. All right. Where we at now? I need one more precept on this compromise. So we read those two, right? Let me get James 4:4.
The book of James, chapter 4, verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity?
Always know this, right? We remember the topic is compromising, right? You don't compromise who you are. You stand steadfast on who you are at all times, no matter the situation. Because once you change, people see the change in you and they can no longer have confidence in following you. You understand? You are under a microscope. Always know that. You're under a microscope because everybody knows what you represent. So the moment you're not representing right, even for a split second, someone who is looking at you and without saying it, they don't say it most of the time, but they're looking at you and they want you to mess up so they can feel sure in their sin. You understand? So you walk circumspect. Y'all know this precept, right? Give me that precept, the circumspect one. Keep going.
Okay. The book of James, chapter 4, verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses.
Right. You adulterers and adulteresses. Go ahead.
Know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God?
Right. If you want to love this world, you want to have a friendship with this world, that's enmity with the Most High. You get what I'm saying? What he's saying is this, though. Loving this world and being entangled in this world is going to change your perspective on how you serve the Most High. You have to be one-sided. You understand, right? We go back to the precept with the serving God and mammon, right? Or serving two masters. You can't have a friendship with this world. You can't love the things of this world. So imagine, like, we all listen to rap music, right? And in the rap music, most of the time, I'm gonna give you an example. Most of the times you hear a cat who says he can't wait to sleep with someone's woman. Even in a song, I'm like, damn, that's cool. Why would he want to do that? You know what I mean? Like, I'm way more player than that. I'm like, it's too much women for me to want your woman. You get what I'm saying? Damn, I don't know. They have a sincere lust about sleeping with some man's woman. It's crazy. That's always in the lyrics, and that's one I can never, of course, because of what we believe. Is even in the word, I'm like, I don't want his woman that bad. You know what I'm saying? I can acknowledge someone is beautiful, but I can also not want them or desire them because that's yours. Right. I don't want what you have. You get what I'm saying? Also, it's called coveting. You understand? Right. Do not covet over something else. That's something else that someone has. You get what I mean? You could tell a brother, hey, good job, by Most High Christ. Where you get them at? that's how you bigger. You can say to some brothers don't play that. You like, oh, nigga, you looking at my you gotta be careful. But you can compliment the brother on his beautiful woman, but do not covet after her. Y'all understand, right? Don't do that, man. Don't do that. That's you know, it's first of all, it's a sin. And it's just evil. You know what I mean? That will put a stain on your brotherhood too. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Don't be a brother like that. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta be a brother who is knowing that it's you know, it was I sent this, I think I sent it to Lahab. When I said you that 1K, he said it's the ratio is crazy. Do you remember I sent you that? He was talking about the ratio of men and women in the world. He said, I gotta cheat. He was like, I gotta cheat. It's like 1-16. I don't got no choice, Your Honor. He's in court talking about this. I said, this is hilarious. He said, I got to. He was blaming it on the ratio. But that's how you gotta be. You hey, look, man, some of you single women out here. But where you at again for the top?
The book of James, chapter 4, verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses.
Go ahead.
Know ye not that friendship of the world is enmity with God?
Right. So you can't have a friendship with this world because the world, even the people that you love that are in the world, they have a skewed mindset on what they believe is right and what's wrong. You know what I mean? Most of the time it's hurting someone else to get over. You know what I mean? We're not like that. You know what I mean? We'll take low. We'll be hurt so you can be better. You know what I mean? That's how we come up. We want you to have it because we know about sacrifice. We know about the Lord being with you when you do things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, man, I want you to have that. Don't worry about it. I don't need it. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be good. Right? Go ahead.
Come on. Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God.
If you want to be a friend of the world, you're going to be the enemy of the Most High. Don't compromise. That's the point. Do not compromise. So now let's get into the story about compromising. You got that one? That was there any precept else we was holding? Let me get Ephesians 5:15 real quick. Walk circumspect. Hold on one second. Give me circumspect in the Webster's. Malakma, give me this precept, right? Give me examine thyself if you're in the truth or not. Give me that one too. And give me circumspect in the Webster's, and then Lahab. I'm gonna have a brother up here read it with the mic, all right? Give me Ephesians 5:15.
Come on.
Davion, you got circumspect? In the No, just the Webster's. Just look up on your phone. Or whoever got it.
What there before Ephesians other one?
Yes.
Come on.
Let me know when you got it. Who got circumspect?
I got
Someone, you got it, Abba?
Come on.
Go ahead.
This is the Merriam-Webster's definition of circumspect. Careful to consider all circumstances and possible consequences.
One more time, Abba.
Come on. The Merriam-Webster's definition of circumspect. Careful to consider all circumstances and possible consequences.
You're careful to consider all circumstances and consequences. So now read the precept.
Come on. The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise.
Y'all understand? That's how you gotta walk in here, man. This is how you know this ain't about you. Y'all get it? Like you represent something way bigger than yourselves in here. You got to make sure that you're walking circumspectly. You're thinking about things that will hurt the school, right? You're thinking about the consequences that might come behind that if you made the wrong decision. That's why the Lord said, man, be wise on what you do. You know what I'm saying? Some things might come to you. Some things might come to you, and you gotta. It's good to do this sometimes. Process something before you react. I remember growing up growing up as a kid. The hardest person was always the person who reacted the fastest. That's how we looked at it, at least, right? It was always the person who reacted at everything. The hothead. Oh, he was cold. He was the coldest. I was never like that growing up. Even as a kid, I always was a person who thought about my consequences because I had a dad at home that whooped my ass. So I'm like, do I really want to do this? You know, some things you just got to get down, right? But it was other things was like, hold on, I don't think I want to go into the mall and steal Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That was the thing. That's one of the first things. 8 years old, 9 years old. Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Hell, if I steal, I'm gonna be in this thing. Yeah, I mean, nah, I'm not stealing with y'all, man. Y'all go ahead and steal. But that was always the thing is someone who doesn't think was always the hardest one. The Lord even said he's slow to anger. You understand? And he thinks about it before he does something. He don't want to go crazy. Because imagine if the Lord was what? Emotional. We all, everybody in the room be dead.
Right.
Y'all know that, right?
Come on.
If the Lord was emotional, we all be dead right now because we would deserve death. And someone who is emotional reacts like that. You understand? Be slow to anger. Read it from the top.
Okay. The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise.
You understand? Not as fools, but as wise, man. That's how you want to walk. Circumspect. Think about your surroundings. Think about your decisions. Think about the brother next to you. A lot of times we're in an area and it can start to get dangerous. And I'm like, I look at the situation. If I'm there with brothers, I'm like, yeah, we got to roll. We got to go now. You know what I mean? It's not because I'm scared. It's because I have a job to make sure everyone around me is safe. You understand? We got to make sure everybody's safe now. So we could be broken apart in a club, in an area, whatever. I'm like, hey, get the brothers, let's go now. Double time, let's roll. That's how we got to move because something can happen. And when it's your point, when you run a point and you're out somewhere, make sure that you read the room the same way. You understand?
Come on.
Go ahead, warrior.
I just want to tell you, if I may, when you finish, I got a precept for being slow to anger.
No sweat. Perfect. Go ahead. Abba. Read the rest.
Okay. The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. Verse 16, redeeming the time, because the days are evil.
The days are what?
The days are evil.
Perfect. Good to go. All right. Go ahead. Give me your precept, warrior.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city.
Ooh, perfect. That's an excellent precept. I got them in my notes. Under control yourself. Read it from the top.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city.
Right. You got to be someone who what? Rules over your spirit. And if you can rule over your spirit, you know how mighty you can become? You understand that? Y'all know what cause and effect is? Like, you heard that before?
Okay.
Somebody look at the definition of cause and effect just so we can get the perfect definition of it. Cause and effect. I'll give it to you in short before the brother read it. What I do by myself somewhere that no one sees affects you. Y'all understand? Like, you can do something on your own, Malakma, where no one sees what you did, but it's gonna affect me. Y'all heard that before, right? That's why we gotta be on the same mindset. We gotta think about things even when we're by ourselves, about how it can hurt your brother. Y'all get this? A lot of people think about what brotherhood is and all these things. It's deeper than what you can imagine, and there's so many levels to it. All right, let me read this definition. I'll give it to you, Malakma. Go ahead.
Come on. This says, what does cause and effect mean?
Yeah.
It says cause and effect means that things happen because something prompted them to happen.
What?
Because something prompted them to happen.
Go ahead.
It causes why something happens, and effect is what happened.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Go ahead.
For example, you have a picnic planned for Sunday afternoon. However, the weather becomes stormy and you have to cancel your outdoor plans.
Mm-hmm.
In this situation, the cause is the stormy weather, and the effect of that stormy weather is the picnic cancellation.
Perfect. Okay. Am I saying the right one? My example was different. Is it cause and effect? I think it is still cause and effect. My example was different though, right? Say it again.
So like you want a better example? Or?
No, that was good. That was good. But the way I said it is, it might be a different name for it. But I'm gonna use cause and effect for lack of a better word, right? But what I said, right? I can do something, and it's gonna affect it's gonna affect California because of what I did. You get what I'm saying? That's why I can't do something that's off or wrong, because now this is the cause and effect I'm talking about. Go ahead, Allah. Is it a domino effect? You could be. I think that might be the one. Domino effect. Okay, I'll give it to you like this, biblically, right? Biblically. There's a spirit, there's an angel over this school. This is in the Bible, what I'm talking about. Y'all heard about the angels over the 7 schools, right? So there's an angel over this school. And whatever we're lacking is what the angel is getting checked on about this school. You understand, right? Now, there's something that one of us are doing or all of us are doing that is caused by one person's doing. You get what I mean? And that person's doing can affect the whole camp. You know what I'm saying? So now you have to do what's right and you have to do what doesn't feel good, so to make sure that we on the right track. Y'all understand? So that's what I mean by that. It could be domino effect. I think you're right, Laha. Can you read domino effect in the dictionary? I worry. Go ahead. It is domino, right?
One thing affects everything.
Perfect. Okay.
Do something that affects the whole school.
Perfect.
Something that affects one person, like you explained.
Yeah.
Person that affects the whole school. One decision you made affects the whole school.
Okay. I think that's your right. Malakma, go ahead.
You can think nobody's watching you, the Lord watching you.
Yeah, the Lord is definitely watching you. You get what I'm saying? The Lord is definitely watching you. And that's why it's important that we all go ahead, read it.
Come.
Laha got it.
Domino effect. The cumulative effect produced when one event initiates a succession of similar events.
That's it. It can be a succession or it can be a negative. And we can do something that's negative that can affect all of us, but one person. Get what I mean? So, like, let me finish the example. There's an angel over this school, right? And the angel sees everything we do in this school. One person can cause a negative effect by their doings. Y'all understand, right? That's why we got to be one mind, one body, one spirit all the time. We got to constantly fight ourselves all the time. You know what I mean? There's something to be said about being genuine in fighting. Y'all get me? Where you're absolutely what the Lord sees. Of course, He's not a fool. The Lord is not your mother, right? Your mother, how much stuff you can get over with your mother? Everything. Your father doesn't go for that. I remember my son was 2 years old. My brother would be like, he's 2. I'm like, nah, he know what he's doing. nah, he know what he's doing. You know what I mean? And then like probably like months later, she be like, he do know what he do. I told you. He's my son is manipulative at 2 years old. He know what he's doing. So like, you know what I'm talking about though, right? So I'm giving an example. But that's how you'll see. And the Lord looks, He knows you. He knows what you can do and how you can fight. And you better be giving it your all. Y'all understand? You got to give it your all. That is the purpose of us living. Joe Muhammad said it in class today. I think he said, temptation is the reason why we're here. You're going to get tempted and you got to fight it. You know what I mean? Paul was tempted constantly. But he had a thorn on his side. He had to fight it. That's what we have to do. We have to fight. We have to fight temptation. Or else we'll be like the purple cats who are perfect, right? You're gonna graduate from Harvard and don't have no trauma. They're perfect. They have no problems. You know what I mean? That's how you gotta be though. All right, we solid. Now let's get into the compromise with Dabon. Can you give me Abraham's story? We'll hold Joseph for next week, all right?
The book of Genesis, chapter 20. And Abraham journeyed from thence toward the south country and dwelled between Kadesh and Shur and sojourned in Gerar. And Abraham said to Sarah, his wife, she is my sister. And Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent and took Sarah. Verse 3, but God came to Abimelech in a dream by night and said to him, Listen,
let me give you some context and let me help you explain. Abraham is traveling through the city. He come through by these Africans, and then one of the Africans is a king named Abimelech, right? And he, in his mind, he didn't want to tell Abimelech that Sarah was his wife because he thought that he would kill Abraham and take his wife. You know what I mean?
Come on.
Instead of standing for his wife, he was about to just throw her under let her just get taken so he can live. That is not how you're supposed to live your life. Now, mind you, so many brothers in the world growing up for sure that was right what he did. Right or wrong, y'all heard that before? Yeah, man, listen, you can have her. You can have her. I ain't tripping. Go ahead. But when you serve the Lord and you come in the name of the Lord, that's not how it works. You understand?
Come on.
Like our levels of integrity been reduced so low that we would throw some sister away just like that because of our environment. You know what I mean? Our environment allows us to say, you can have her. I'll get another one. You can have her ass. I ain't tripping. She just a hold of me. You know what I mean? Now the Lord wasn't about to allow that. The Lord stepped in and gave that brother, gave that African a dream, and came and scared the hell out of him in his dream. Scared him so much so the cat said, "Why you tell me this your wife, man? Y'all good." You know what I'm saying? The Lord was with him. Don't compromise, even in the face of death. You understand? Even when you think you're going to die, sometimes you're just gonna have to die. I know that sounds crazy because no one wants to die, but damn it, you got to go out the right way, right? Y'all know Dave Chappelle, right? You ever seen "Killing Me Softly," the stand up? Remember that one? I'll give you the story. So in the joke, he was saying how the KKK came to his house and he's inside the house. He was like calling 911. He was like, "Yeah, they out here, man. They mean business." And they're like, "Get out here, nigger." And he like, "I gotta go." He hangs up the phone, and they end up killing him, right? So he goes to his funeral, and his homies come around like, you know, Dave died like a bitch, right? And that's how you'll get looked at. Just to give you an example, we'll look at you like he died like a coward. You know what I'm saying? When he was up against, he died like a coward, man. I don't know. He wouldn't really like what he was talking about. Go ahead, Warrior.
So like since we're on that topic, I got a precept.
Go ahead, read it from him.
Oh, this is this is the book of John, chapter 15, verse 13.
John 15 and 13. Go ahead.
Yeah, John 15 and 13. So like I'm not tripping. Greater love has no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
Mm-hmm. Why you bring that up? Oh, God.
Because we're talking about Adam, the choice he made.
You talking about Abraham?
I mean, Salakia, Abraham.
Yeah.
And the choice he made of saying, I mean, they say friend, but I'm pretty sure that applies to a woman.
Sister,
too.
yeah, for
Sister,
sure.
Friend.
So you're bringing this precept to show like what he should have done.
The spirit he should have been.
He should have been in. Come.
That's the spirit he should have been.
That's the spirit he should have been in.
The spirit versus where he was at.
Exactly. He should have stood on it, and he showed his woman an example. Can you give me that precept, Damar? In Apocrypha, it says, "Don't teach a evil lesson to your woman." You know what I'm talking about? Let's pull that, and that'll be the end of the precepts for the night. All right. That was an excellent precept. That's how he should have been. He should have been like, "That's my woman. What's up?"
What was it again?
Teaching an evil lesson against yourself. So I'm pulling this precept to show that when Sarah seen him say, "Oh yeah, that's my sister," she knew that her husband had a little cowardness in him. You know what I mean? She knew her husband was slightly a coward now, full blown coward, really, because he in the face of death he threw her away. You understand? In the face of death, he compromised who he was. Go ahead, Davion.
I don't know if I got my stories mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the story where she's Nahor? You remember Nahor? It was three brothers. Three brothers and one took his niece. And then further down the story, he was like, "Nah, go to Nahor, my brother's nephew, niece, and get a wife."
No, that was Judah. That was Judah and Tamar.
Oh, okay.
That was a different story.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, that one.
I was gonna say, I just can imagine if she was right there next to him. I can imagine her looking at Abraham
like a sister would look at her brother like,
Right.
You motherfucker. Oh, I'm your sister?
Crazy. Right.
You bitch ass
Right.
nigga.
Oh man. Probably he probably asked her to do something and she probably was like, how your sister do?
Just imagine, yeah, right. You try to get some vagina, like, I'm your sister. Watch out, man. I'm your sister, bro. Like, watch
Right.
out. You know what I'm saying? Can't do that.
That's
That'd be
crazy.
unlawful. You feel me? Yeah, you can't do that, man. You gotta listen. You got with your woman, man. You gotta hold her down too. I know that the world makes us believe that a woman is nothing, man. What makes us believe that a woman can be easily thrown away because you get another one. Nah, hell nah, that's your possession. Don't forget that. You own that.
That's right.
That's you. You better stand on that too. You know what I mean? You better stand on that. And a woman wants you to be a lion about her. You feel me? A woman wants you to be a whole lion about her. You better be a lion. You know what I mean? That's why you got to pick the right woman. Because some woman gonna put you in a situation every single day. You gotta, damn, how much lions you gonna see around this motherfucker? Go ahead, Malakma.
I feel like I'm heavy. Like, that's the lesson there because right in the world, right? Like if you hid behind your woman, like let's say you had beef with somebody on the streets, right?
Yeah.
And your enemy comes up to you, you got your woman with you.
Yeah.
You're gonna let your woman stand in front of you and fight your battle for you. Like,
Right.
you gotta talk, talk all that smack and you standing behind her instead of in front of her.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna look at you like a coward.
Well, exactly. I remember like it'd be situations where growing. I definitely was in a situation where a woman got in front of me, like she was gonna hold me back. I removed her, like how cats be like fake acting like this woman is holding them back, and you like, nah, I'm not going. Move, watch out, like you know what I mean. I moved her out the way, got my issue because you can't hold me back.
Right.
You know what I mean? You little, watch out. But some cats would be like that. You like fake, you know what I mean? They fake get held back, but the women know, like, nigga. So you better stand on that. You know what I mean? Listen, you just gotta do it, man. Even if you get beat up, at least you wouldn't know coward though. You know what I'm saying? So, with that, any other questions before we wrap it up? All right, good to go. With that, I'm gonna pass the class over to priest and officer. Who's on some more? Top one.
If it's right, Major, I'm going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. But if it's right, Major Shabbat, I am Major, Barak,
Yabashim Yashar.
Yaya Matai, class dismissed.
I won.